Hi everybody, Shana here with CA Bar Style. I hope you are all doing well. This video today is devoted to my international foreign applicant attorneys that are coming into California really by the hundreds, it seems like, and wanting to become licensed here. Understandably so. Who wouldn't want to live in sunny California, right? But I will say that it doesn't come without its hurdles. And international applicants tend to really miss the mark on a lot of levels when it comes to preparing for the exam. So I'm going to give you an overview on what not to do and what to do as an international attorney coming to California to prepare for the exam here. Well, first of all, thank you for engaging in this video. And if you are an international attorney thinking of taking the bar in California or already here and registered for an upcoming bar, you should know that your journey is acknowledged and that we are excited to have you here and excited to help get you licensed, okay? It can be lonely as a lot of international attorneys come here alone, especially young ones, and have to learn English, a lot of them, if they really haven't taken it in their home country in schools there. Some international or some countries, do teach English in schools. And they also have other areas they need to work on. Maybe the state bar is requiring an LLM. And so you're wondering, how do I balance it being in an LLM program and also studying for an upcoming bar, right, after I'm done with the program? So let's cover some bases here. Number one, you have to give yourself enough time to prepare. The traditional 2-3 month courses before the bar you're going to take is not going to be enough for you at all on any planet, in any scenario. You're going to feel overwhelmed. There's going to be a lot of law to know, 14, 15 areas of law, and you are required to take all 3 areas of the exam. So we have essays, 5 essays, each one at an hour, a performance test, which is a closed universe. Think of it like a partner in a law firm giving an associate some type of persuasive or objective task. And then you have 200 multiple choice questions. So you're required to take the full 2-day California bar exam and perhaps an LLM as well. But regardless of the scenario, you have a lot to learn. And of course, a lot of these subjects you have not seen or learned, or they could be very different from your home country. So I highly recommend that all international applicants, international attorney applicants, spend at least 6 to 8 months on a phase 1 early prep. So that means before even the course begins for either the February or July bars, you're spending 6 to 8 months before those 2-3 month courses on a schedule that primarily focuses on the substantive law. You've got to build that foundation. You've got to have resources to ask questions or get examples, because if you don't understand the law, then you're not going to be able to apply it. And if you haven't gone to a law school in the United States, again, a lot of these areas of law are going to be something that you have not been privy to, and therefore you're going to have to be in some type of a law school setting in your bar prep starting out. So 6 to 8 months of a very methodical, cool, calm, collected, as I like to say, step-by-step substantive law program or schedule that's going to really help you to learn the law and understand what the law looks like. Now, for those that have been, or not looks like, that wasn't a good phrase, but what the law entails to memorize it and to understand it. Now, for those of you that have been following me for a number of years, and thank you for that, you know that I'm not a huge fan of corporate and commercial bar review, but this might be a scenario where you should start out with maybe a barbary where you're going to get a lot of law. A lot of the law that is tested in, let's say, a barbary scenario, some of it does not come up on the exam heavily, and there is a lot of law given to you. But in this scenario, which is different than, let's say, a repeater or a first-time taker coming out of a California law school who already has that foundation built, in this scenario, it may not be a bad idea, and that's something that we can strategize about. Now, should you use commercial bar review as your only source of prep? In my opinion, of course not. You will get very lost, in my opinion, in that type of setting. So International applicants, more than any type of applicant, needs a lot of structure, a lot of hand-holding, a lot of clarity, a coach like myself that they're going to be able to ask questions to. This type of prep is going to be very different than what most have done. And so it's really important that you have strategy involved and you have that personalized attention from a coach or a tutor like myself who's going to walk you through how to best carry out this process, okay? So number one, starting early, very heavy substantive law focus, and number two, making sure that even if you're starting early, which you should, you have a lot of personal attention. So what I would do here is if I enrolled you, I would first come up with a strategy for the substantive law support, whether it be my materials alone, and then we're setting up tutoring where I'm teaching you the law and I'm going through the substantive law with you. So that is an option. The other option is combining what I do with applicants on an early prep basis with more substantive law support, maybe in an outside source. It doesn't have to be a course because I don't really like to actually double up courses, but it could be even just resources that I would recommend to give you that support because you're going to need it. Now, after you're in the program, that's where you also have to start learning how the structure of bar essays and legal writing is within the United States. I worked with probably over 1,500 international applicants, and the clarity that is needed on IRAC and how to structure a performance test and how to brief a case and pull out holding can be very challenging. So it's something that I wouldn't wait on, in that 6-8 month period. We'd get started on. I'd start training you through the materials, through the online lectures that we have, and through the coaching and tutoring that we do one-on-one to really make sure that you understand structure of an essay first and foremost, structure of a PT answer, how to attack and approach a multiple choice question, and so on and so forth in the steps of preparation. So, I think it's important that if you are an international applicant, you're thinking of taking or you're committing to taking the bar here, that you call me because there's a lot of steps and it's not just so straightforward. It is different for every applicant. As an overview, though, you want to give yourself enough time, give yourself an early prep schedule, combine it with substantive law support, and also start a process to building your knowledge base and skills of legal writing before you can really even tackle how to write for every essay topic in California on the bar here, or how to write for every type of PT. There's fundamental foundational requirements that you first need to develop before you can go into just a general prep that is the trajectory for most applicants. So my point is that you want to be cautious going into your prep. And what I mean by cautious is not in a fearful sense, but more in being clear and having the correct knowledge base and clarity to really tackle the exam and know, okay, this is what I'm going to have to need to learn. These are the skills I'm going to need to develop, and not just go into any course that's going to take your money and not really have either the patience or the will to work with an applicant that, from from a different country, or a course that's just going to not know how to really structure a strategic foundation building program for an international applicant. So I have a lot of experience with it. It is something that I like to take my time with and really talk to you about and make sure that it's the right fit, not only for me, but for you, because we tend to work together for a long time. And I want to make sure that whatever program I'm setting you up in and whatever strategy, it is something that you're going to be able to carry out, given whatever personal things you have going on as well. All right. Oh, and something to be said, I also have applicants that are still living in their home country, okay, while we are doing the prep. So you don't have to be in California. Everything can be done remote. I have applicants right now, or for July, in India. I've had applicants in China. I've had applicants in Israel. I've had applicants And I think one was in Iran once. I mean, literally all over the place, people want to come here to California and take the exam. So I'm happy to work with you. But again, you got to really be methodical and not just jump into it. It takes a lot of strategy building and a lot of coaching before you have that game plan ready to go. All right. So if you are an international applicant, do not be scared to take the exam here. It can seem intimidating at first, but it is doable. It will take time, but you can get it done. Okay. So thank you for watching. And if you want to schedule a consult with me to go over what that plan may look like for you, give me an email, or excuse me, send me an email to cabarstyle@yahoo.com. That's cabarstyle@yahoo.com. Be well, everybody.